it is, everyone. Nearly a month has been since I put my last video up, as my mate TLA Vanguard keeps on reminding me, so I thought I'd better get off my ass and get something together. Now, unfortunately, this is recording from my OBS, so you've got the stream overlay and stuff up. I do apologise, but for some reason my shadow plate just wasn't working, so this is the best that I could find. You're also going to be having, during this video, you'll hear Brian Hicks talking. He was kind enough to join me for a stream I was doing, and my good mate Vigilante Gamer, who's a hell of a lot smarter than me, agreed to come in and just do a short little interview. Don't worry, you're not going to get anything too groundbreaking, but if you want the full script of that, you're going to need to subscribe to Vigilante Gamer's channel, because I'm pretty sure he is doing a whole video on the interview. So without further ado, I'm going to get straight into it. I've cut a few sections out where I was either respawning, running back, or dicking around with inventory, but I guarantee towards the end you're going to love it. And after the credits have rolled, I've actually got the video in there at the end where we interviewed the winner, and just a bit of banter between myself and Vigilante Gamer, Vanguard and Charlie. All the best, I hope you enjoy. Ciao for now.
Do with what you grow, expanding. So sure, you're going to see a couple new crops come in and such, but the focus is not as much on, say, the minigame experience of planting and harvesting as much as it is what you can do with the results of that, what those offer. Yeah.
That's interesting. So you can pretty much open up a restaurant, be a bit of a chef.
Well, that was definitely something that Peter and the lead designers fairly adamant on is expanding what can be done via cooking and boiling and that kind of stuff. The whole state changes when something's in a fire, in a pot, and so on and so forth. That's very important, and that's actually why, despite the jokes I might crack about kiwis and bananas, that's actually why they're not they're being phased out, because they don't make sense in the region, and B, they're not part of the move forward when it comes to cooking.
Right. Makes
oh my
sense.
God, that was brutal. Sorry, I'm watching Boydie's stream as well. He just totally murdered that guy.
Oh, that's why I was so silent. The hope was, I had a feeling there'd be someone down here.
It's go time.
You better bandage, man. You better bandage. Anyways, continue, Vidge.
All right. Now the first-person thing. You've toyed with the idea of making the official servers first person only. Have you thought any further about that? How close are we to this?
Well, it can't be done until the server browser UI is rolled out on the new UI system. If we're going to do that, it needs to be in a situation in which navigating servers and understanding what you're doing is very, very simple.
Right.
In the existing stuff, it's a big mess. Like it's probably one of the few things I'm genuinely embarrassed about is how difficult it is for people to just removing it. If it's still in a situation where nobody's touching it, then we'll have to. At that point, then exactly. However, there's of course the idea of the hardcore servers that I talked about. About a year ago. Obviously, the server rule set is not like super important right now to development, but it would be definitely something that we could try at least rolling out on say a third of the official servers, assuming that the experiment of them all being first person didn't work. The whole idea of a hardcore mode where there's no server enforced, no GUI, none of the stuff that's on the bottom right hand of your screen and so on and so forth. Server enforced first person only, and something else I thought would be really cool to throw in this mix was if you die, you can't create a new character on that server for, I don't know, 24, 48 hours, maybe a week. Something where you're really locked into that whole no UI element, first person only, and your death really matters. That would be a really cool thing we could try as well.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I've heard you mention that before as well, and that's the other thing that I found really exciting. That idea of not spawning back Because it's sort of the issue on the coast in Electro and Cherno and stuff when you kill someone and then they respawn and run back and stab you on the back 5 minutes later because they know exactly where you're sitting. Whereas if you have a battle in the north, in the far north somewhere.
Aww. Thanks for playing and putting up with all the problems that comes with video game development. It's appreciated.
Oh.
Now, something from me. I just wanted to discuss quickly the whole early access thing. So in the past, developers would work on a game, and you do the normal testing process. You know what to expect. There are going to be bugs whenever you make changes or add something. You knock down one bug and two more appear. And then from the public point of view... Oh dear.
Now, just so you know, in Charlie's defence there, because I was in the TeamSpeak with Vigilante Gamer and Hicks, I wasn't able to communicate with everyone. You hear it at the end where he did ask anyone if they were up on the boat, but because I was the first person on and no one really knew that I was there, yeah, unfortunately we had a blue on blue. All good.
As long as a new feature or function is propped up, it does operate. It might have bugs, but you can go through the base loop on a system. Let's say, I don't know, what would be a good example for us, the chambering system that's being worked on, or vehicles. Vehicles would be even better. The vehicle, it can be created, the parts can be put onto the vehicle starts, you can drive it, damage the parts, and traction is calculated. Be it buggy as hell, but it's calculated.
Oh.
That right there.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, as long as A, B, and C works, that system exists, it doesn't matter how many annoying, glitchy, and gameplay breaking bugs, as long as that system is functional, as long as that is there, you can move on to the next system and make sure to flag those bugs for the milestone that they're appropriate at. Let's say you break game development into a couple milestones. It would be, first playable or a concept. That's a draft you put into your publisher or the company, decide to make the game. And your next milestone, your alpha milestone, traditional development, is that the title starts up and you can get in game. And literally the base definition. I can start the title, there's a main menu, I can press a button and get in game and move around the world. That is an alpha milestone. And then you get your code complete, which comes much later, which is the base functionality for the engine is there. All the A, B, and C tools that the rest of the game are going to need have been created. And to get your content complete. And that's where anything plugging into that, the systems that plug into that tech, have been created. Now when I say, and it's important to pay attention to that, created and function at a base level. Not fully functional, not bug-free, not even playable to a certain degree. It just, as long as you know that the base skeleton is there, you can go A, B, and C and get to the end result. Albeit buggy as hell. As long as it's there, move on to the next. That is traditional game development. As long as it's there, move on to the next. That is behind closed doors. As long as the testers can get in and verify that system at least functions and it hasn't screwed up any other system, move on to the next. Then you get past content complete. You get towards like your RC and your ZBR stuff, your zero bug ratio. That's when things start getting polished. When you're trying to hit that milestone, that's when you squash those bugs and make sure everything is and on gameplay level enjoyable. And it tends to be one of the longer milestones, obviously, because you're constantly taking that title and those systems and putting them up against a bank of tests that are designed to effectively simulate what a consumer is going to do to the title versus the intended design of the game.
Yeah.
And the consumers, at the earliest, usually will not come in until, at the very earliest, a release candidate build. And that's like user research labs and such, and certification testing and so on and so forth. In fact, traditional QA doesn't even get attached to a project until you've got all of those base functionality for the engine completed. There are unit tests and stuff that the programmers do before that, but traditional, like manned QA, which is what a lot of the games industry uses, it's far more difficult to automate software testing with video games than it is with like an operating system. So for us, we brought the people in years before they normally would, and said, not only do we have to, not only we brought these people in, but we have to commit to doing our best to prop everything up so it's actually playable, which is incredibly difficult when you consider that there's a lot of stuff. Oh my God, is the ships are really poorly placed on this build.
Oh crap.
Incredibly, what was I saying? It's incredibly difficult when you consider that the game designers not only have to work on creating the new systems and prototyping and design doc and going through all the related tasks, whether it be scripting and dealing with the programmers, identifying the functionality they want, and going over blockers, but they also have to dedicate to make sure to keep up all the prototype stuff that was put in early on to make sure that this design works and the players will play with it and the systems work. They have to prop all that shit up at the same time and make sure that people can continue playing it, despite the fact that that stuff that they have to fix will more than likely not be in the end product because it has to be rewritten and stripped and added to the new system. The designers have to double up their work almost and still stick to a reasonable time frame, which is why we had a company kind of retreat, I guess, towards, what was it, right before E3, I think. Call it team building. The company does it once a year. The whole company goes. And I was asked to speak about DayZ. They had the leads from the other projects, and that's why the cornerstone of that talk was just me kind of rambling on about how great I thought my team was, because they've been able to, as incredibly stressful and difficult as it is, they've been able to keep relatively close to the original guideline of 2.5 to 3 years without too much push on features, and keep the base game at least playable for thousands and thousands of people. Frustratingly playable at times with the bugs and such, but fucking playable. Like, you can install the game and have an experience, and people have gone in thousands and thousands of hours with something that they normally shouldn't be in the hands of consumers.
No,
It's not easy.
People don't even really understand what the roadmap is for. Or they seem to think like you've written it in stone, and if you don't do these things at these times, achieve these exact same things, then you fucked up, and you're ruining it.
Yeah. I mean, it's much easier to stick to that roadmap. The more risk you remove from a title, the safer the title
bastards.
is. But that said, I'm not even dealt with mobile games that have the level of lockdown that some people might think a roadmap is for. The roadmap, think of it like a road trip when you sit down with your friends and you say, we want to see A, B, and C. Oh, putting a barrel at the top of the stairs is genius.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
It is. Want to see A, B, and C within our road trip. We're not saying, oh yeah, well, we're going to be, June 27th we're going to be in this city, and June 29th we're going to be in this city. Like, no, you don't know what will happen when you go on this road trip.
Yeah.
You know that you want to be in all these spots. So you lay out the road map, like, we're going this route. This is our route from West Coast to East Coast. You're not saying we're going to be we have a hard schedule for all these things. We want to be, in this city sometime in this week, in this city and sometime in this week. And that's why we do the quarter review kind of discussions at panels that usually at trade shows that end up somewhere near. Oh my God, I'm sorry, I'm watching the stream. That's brilliant. They put individual little stacks of ammo in every square, so you can't just pick the barrel up. Yeah, that's why we do those little, like we did at PAX Australia, where I went over, recapped quarter 1, quarter 2, and then talked about quarter 3. And then prior to that, we at RTX we did the same thing. I went over quarter 1 and quarter 2 and talked about our goals, explained what was done and what wasn't and why. And yeah, I mean that's in my opinion, that's what we should do. Is we keep people informed as to what's going on, feature-wise. If something was pushed, we let them know why it was pushed. But I think the biggest thing is just kind of bridging the distance there and explaining to people that just because it says, I don't know, aerial vehicles, for example, aerial transport, just because it says aerial transport on the roadmap for this quarter does not mean all our aerial transport is going to be in and fully functional. It means we're going to have an aerial vehicle in and operating, flying through the skies, ideally some base parts in. That is the implementation of the feature. the basics to get him off the coast and explore. And it's important that what we offer on the coast isn't it isn't the kind of stuff that makes it so there's no reason to leave, but it is the kind of stuff that makes it so that you have the tools to leave. And if you want to sit on the coast and do nothing but steal your friend's beans and shoot him in the head with the Makarov, sure, it's sustainable to a certain degree, but you want to experience the full game, you need to go inland. You need to head to those military bases and risk running into a player. Want to get a better gun. If you want to fix up that vehicle, you got to do all that stuff. And it's just a matter of making as much as I hate doing a linear progression, it's a matter of at least making sure that potential linear progression exists, and then supporting the fact that people don't have to take it if they don't want to.
Yeah, I would like to see a really high concentration of zombies in places like Cherno.
That's definitely. Oh my God, I don't mean to cut you off, but on that exact subject, I was in Cherno. Was it last weekend? I think it was playing experimental, and I was with a friend of mine who wanted to make friends on the coast, right? So we're talking to everybody we see. I made a good amount of friends that trip. It was rather interesting, just interacting with players that weren't hostile and kind of trying to band together. But there's always that one asshole, right? And this one asshole just comes down the street, doesn't want to talk, just decides that he wants to start shooting. So we go after this guy towards the Cherno Hospital, the one in town, not the apartments one. And we're running, effectively chasing this guy around the building, trying to engage in this run and gun fight. And as we're starting to make loops around the building, the infected, they start, like, there's 2 around the first loop, and then there's 8 around the next loop, and then there's 14 around the next loop. And then it starts to get to a point where I can't even pick this son of a bitch out of the crowd. Like, the infected are everywhere. And that is fantastic, because initially we noticed infected, but we didn't notice like a mob, like, oh, there's a mob, we have to avoid that mob. They were fairly evenly spread out throughout Chernogorsk. But as we made noise, firing our guns and drawing their attention, then they themselves naturally formed that horde. And it was, it went from, I can handle this, to, holy fuck, I'm gonna die.
Yeah, it emerged out of the mechanics.
Yes, it was fantastic.
Yeah, and there are going to be areas on the map which are pretty packed with infected towards the north, or harder areas to get into.
I definitely, like the TC military base or Northwest Airfield and such, definitely want it so that your tactics when navigating these areas isn't relegated to solely making sure you have cover as much as it is, shit, stop in the street, there's a zombie up ahead, just wait for it to pass, don't want to grab that attention, because the whole like sub tactic of managing your aggro so that you're not visible to somebody, that's definitely a core component of player interaction in DayZ, I believe.
Yeah, definitely. So do you think there might be places where you pretty much have to group up with a few people to push in there to kill enough zombies to get to the good gear or something like that?
I think we definitely want to get to that point. Like, in my experience, players so rarely want to be nice to each other. It doesn't matter how beneficial we make it. I mean, that was very, very clear in the mod as well. It really didn't, like, if you give people the option, they might pretend to be your friend. Oh no, you had that so close. I'm watching the replay.
Stop the music. Need to talk. Now, events like this do take a lot of work and a lot of planning to go into, and we do them for you, the community. So make sure you jump on our Facebook page, make sure you jump on our servers, jump in our TeamSpeak. We want to see you guys on our servers having fun and hopefully being in these great events that we do. Ciao for now. Someone has achieved the objective and killed Vanguard.
What? Who was it?
That's what I want to know.
Oh my God.
Hang on, I'm going to drag him up here.
All right.
Buddy was moved to your
Charlie,
channel.
my man.
Mate, I shot you right in your business face. I'm sorry.
It's all good, mate. I'm just glad that you and I got to do that. Yeah, pretty much. If someone killed him, did they get in behind where you and I cleared out?
I believe not. I believe it was external kill by All Day PK. He shot him from the, yeah, he was in a life raft.
I had a feeling he would be in a life raft.
Yeah.
He said he had a
Yeah.
nice little sneaky hidey hole.
Those little buggers putting barrels on the top of the stairs. Good on them.
Oh,
That is how you prep an area like that. I think my boys are just going to keep shredding until everyone's dead.
that's the whole purpose of it. Kill them all.
Yeah, half of our team have died by team kills.
Yeah, I think I got team kills, but I don't know.
You most certainly did, my friend.
Yeah.
Can we get the person who killed Vanny into this channel when
All
it's
day
done?
PK.
Yeah.
And we've got to get Vanguard in as well. Yeah, bring him and Vanguard in.
I want to know who
Van's
killed
not
me
here,
too.
mate.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He's in the Team Live Action
I'll
chat.
bring him in, okay? Here we go.
Need to have
User was
words.
moved to your channel.
Mr.
All Day
PK.
Oh yeah.
How'd you spot him?
Someone said fucking lifeboat seaside. And I was on the front, on the bow of the boat, just prone, pointing at all the fucking windows.
Yeah, you picked
And,
up my gear from when Charlie killed me, I think.
Yeah, I think so. And yeah, I was just gonna be a green Power Ranger running with a sword, but then I came across a body and a fucking rifle, so I was like, oh, I'll take this.
Well done, mate.
Fucking yeah, you were prone. Oh yeah, Vanguard was prone, fucking spinning around and shit. I just saw his legs sticking out and fucking popped him.
Well done. Well done.
Oh, my heart's pumping. And then someone came up the ladder, went, "G'day, mate," and fucking executed me. Turns out it was our team.
Wow. I think people missed the memo about the bad guys or the good guys, depending on which team you're on, all wearing oral uniforms.
I
Yeah.
think the issue lied in the communication, unfortunately. Because not all of us are in the team TS, and let's be honest, there is a lot of us to
Yeah.
make mistakes.
Yeah. I'm just happy with how many people turned up. It's been awesome.
Yeah, man.
And
Are you Vanguard?
no, mate, I'm Boydie.
Oh, body. Alright.
I was worried when I came back up to where my body was when you picked up my gear. I thought you were going to kill me.
Oh, righto.
But get in there now, mate. Oh no, you died, didn't you?
Yeah, fucking old mate executed me, eh? No, I've got a second account and I'm gonna run it.
Roger. No, well done, mate. You can jump back down to the rest of the guys now. We just wanted to congratulate you.
Sweet. No
Congrats.
All right, mate, I'll send you off.
worries. Thanks, man.
That's okay, it'll take me a minute.
I'm going to run up and see if I can get my gun back.
Yeah, do it.
User was moved out of your channel.
And here comes Van.
User was moved to your channel.
A lifeboat? Really? A lifeboat? Mate, I don't know whether you're watching the stream, but even Hicks said it when he saw. 'Cause I think I was the first one to charge the stairwells, and I come across those barrels, and I was like, "Are you kidding me?" And then to have all those individual rounds in there, and I had to sort every single one of them out.
Yeah. Yeah, we thought that could be a bit tedious.
No, mate, it was good. I was sitting there going, this is going to take forever, but eventually I lucked out and Charlie ended up there, and he was guarding my back, because I got up there once and then I got killed, and then he was putting cover in for me, just stopping someone from sniping me, and I was able to clear one out, and then get in there. And I took a few of his out
Because you got the blue barrel, didn't you, on the seaside?
on the seaside. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the first one to go. We just had green and blue, so the call would come blue, 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 and then we'll just. I was in the room, pretty much on the corner of blue. But you guys did a great job with suppression. There were shots coming through the whole ship, like going between 3 or 4 walls.
Tell Dev I
were
apologise
groaning
as well. That was
What's
me. That was me who killed him at the beginning.
Oh, he was down there. He was ready to go.
Yeah, he died fairly quickly though. I lucked out. It was pure luck. I had a feeling there might have been someone there, but yeah.
No, but the suppression was absolutely amazing. I couldn't pop my head up too much. We knew guys on the rocks to the north, and on the northern segment of the boat. But I had probably 2 or 3 seconds, pop my head, then I was getting shots at my head. So and then I was pretty much a medic for a little bit. Guys had broken legs and unconscious, and I was just going around trying to get them up and going. But yeah, once you breach, I kind of shat myself, and then I jumped in the lifeboat. Then I was like, fuck, this boat is pretty open. I started moving around where I should have stayed still. Then there was shots coming on. I was like, nothing I could have done. But that was good. It was good. It was epic in there. It was like a boom box.
It would sound like a popcorn
Shots.
machine. I
Yeah.
reckon.
And they were going through the entirety of the boat. No matter if you're on the east side or the west side, we'll still getting shot. So very well done.
I heard you mouthing off like a champion through the wall. I think you called us all pussies, and then said, "Why are you taking your time?"
Oh, I thought you'd have limited bullets. You know, you guys are sitting back there a little bit, playing a bit passive.
Yeah, that's
Rope-a-dope.
right. Well, that's it. We thought we'd try and get you confidence so you come forward and try and shoot, but it didn't work. It just didn't work that way.
Oh, I thought you guys would be a bit more aggressive because you guys could obviously respawn a little bit, whereas we couldn't. So we were playing very, very, very passive.
I was
Pretty much
aggressive.
on 2 levels. Yeah, no, you were. I think
While he was up on the boat, there was no way for us to talk to him. I said, "Is that any of us on the boat?" He said, no. So I shot Boyd in his stupid face.
No, he deserved it. He deserved it.
I agree.
But who's the gentleman getting money? Is he a member or is he?
All day PK. He's indeed a member.
Oh fuck me! There goes my
I know.
Saturday night.